Hi, boys and girls. It's time for art. This is an art lesson that you can do with a brother or sister if you are in kindergarten or first grade. It's for both classes, and it's going to help us remember how Jesus prayed for strength before he had to go on Good Friday to be crucified on the cross. This is the week that we call Holy Week, and Good Friday is the day that we remember Jesus having to be crucified. But on Easter Sunday, we celebrate he's back to life. He lives today, and we can talk to him, and he helps us in everything that we do. All we have to do is ask. On Good Friday, Jesus was a little bit worried, as anyone would be, that he was not going to have the strength to go through what he had to go through. He took several of his disciples with him and prayed in a garden. The garden was called Garden of Gethsemane. Gethsemane. Can you say that? Gethsemane. The garden, which is a beautiful place with flowers and trees, the Garden of Gethsemane. He went there with these special disciples and he prayed that God would give him the strength that he needed. So we're going to draw a picture that reminds us of that. So the first thing you'll need is a pencil and a piece of paper. I'll wait till you get that. I'll be right back. All right, boys and girls, you need to listen and watch what I do in the video. You can pause at any time to catch up, and then when you're finished, you can color it. After we finish, I want you to take a picture so that you can email it to me. Let's start the video.
Okay, boys and girls, we're going to start out by tracing our hand. So put your pencil in the hand that you write with, and you might have this hand out. If you write with this hand, you're going to have this hand out, and it doesn't matter which, but you're going to put your hand in the middle of the page. And to trace your hand, sometimes we trace our hands and it kind of looks like we didn't follow our fingers right. So get as close to your fingers as you can, and that makes it look more like a real hand, okay? So then once you've got your whole hand, you can bring the wrist back down, okay? Then we're going to separate these fingers, okay? Because our fingers aren't attached like that. They're not attached. But when we pray, when we've got our fingers tight together, that's what it looks like, okay? Remember, you can pause at any time and catch up. So you're tracing your hand, and then you're drawing the fingers in, okay? Now, when you pray and you put your hands together to pray, it looks like that, right? Looks like that? Okay, so if that was the picture, can you see any part of the second hand? The back hand? Maybe a little bit, right? So we're going to draw a little bit of a shadow that's going to look like a shadow of the other hand, the hand that's behind the first hand. Okay? So here we go. We're going to start here, and maybe just a little bit there. So we didn't want the whole finger there, and we don't want the whole finger there. Okay? But that's like two hands together. It's like you followed that line up to your thumb, and then you had it stop. And then you followed that line up to your first finger. So that's two hands praying, okay? Now I'm going to add the fingernails. They're going to look like you're going to draw a line down, and then a curvy line, and then up. So down, curvy contour, and up. From the very top of each finger. Down, curvy contour, and up. Down, curvy contour, and up. Down, curvy contour, and up. The thumb, we don't see both sides of it. We're just going to go down and into the back of that. And see, this hand, this is the second hand. You don't see any of its nails when it's praying like that. Okay, and our knuckles, we have little lines. Just some little light lines on the fingers that remind us that we have knuckles where the fingers bend. Right? All of those, and then one down here for the thumb. Okay, boys and girls? All right, now, that's Jesus praying in the garden that we're trying to draw. So we're going to draw the horizon line, the line that separates the sky, the sky from the earth. So we're going to come across, and then we're going to see our hand is right there. We're not going to keep going. We're going to go behind our hand, and then we're going to draw in that little place and try to keep it look like it's the same line going past, okay? Very good. Now this is nighttime when this happened. So if you want, you can draw a moon up there in the sky. I don't know if it was a full moon or not when this really happened, but you can make whichever kind you want. And then you can put trees. Look at, that's like a Y. A big Y with a V in the middle. And then a big cloudy tree. You can have flowers. There's a circle. And I make some petals. You can put all kinds of flowers because this was a garden, remember? The Garden of Gethsemane. And when you color it, you can use crayons or colored pencils. I know you guys like to use those, and that would make it really pretty. So I'm going to color mine, and then you can see what mine looks like. Okay, boys and girls, this is the picture that I drew. But remember, I let you're going to put anything you want in your garden, lots and lots of flowers. I only have one, but you could have flowers all around. And you could even have another tree if you wanted. So I colored Jesus' hands, and I really drew a really dark line around the hand that's in front, and then around the hand that's in back. Because if you don't do that, it's not going to look like two hands. It's going to look like you drew a hand with a funny thumb and first finger. But if you trace along that line with a dark crayon, maybe the crayon even that you use to color it, if you press down hard, you can trace with it. And in the sky, you can have stars and things, but no more than that. It's not a fun picture. It's a picture of Jesus praying and being really worried about what was going to happen to him. As soon as he finished praying, that's when they arrested him and took him to be crucified. So this is a very important remembrance picture of Jesus during Holy Week.
So, boys and girls, how did you do? Did yours turn out the way you wanted? I hope so. Please have a wonderful Holy Week and a beautiful celebration on Easter. God bless you, and God bless your families. I'll see you next time. Be safe, boys and girls, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.